Hi everyone, welcome to the course on chemistry. So in previous video we discussed how the formation of covalent bond takes place and why the atom will not exist in the form of atom in nature and how the formation of molecules takes place and what are the reasons for the reactions of the atoms with other atoms or elements with other elements. There we have seen atoms are trying to attain the stability and that stability is obtained when the shell is completely filled and the octet rule has obtained, and another one is if the shell has or the atom has nearest noble gas configuration, then it acts as a stable atom. Okay, and therefore in order to attain the stability they will combine with other elements and forms the molecules. When they forms the molecules, then there is a force of attraction is present between those atoms, and that kind of force or linkage which binds the atom together is said to be bond or a chemical bond. And we have seen one of the type of chemical bond, that is covalent bond. Covalent bond means it is the bond formed by the mutual sharing of electrons with each other. Okay. Now we will discuss another kind of bond, that is ionic bond. So in some cases when you have observed the hydrogen atom, one hydrogen atom combines with another hydrogen atom by mutual sharing of electrons, and in such case the covalent bond is formed. Means the electrons are shared but they are not donated or lost or gained completely. Now in case of ionic bond, what happens? Now let us consider the sodium atom. So what is the atomic number of sodium? 11. How we can write the electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. So this is how we can write the electronic configuration of sodium. Now in this sodium, if I draw the structure of this sodium, how I will represent? In first shell 2 electrons, second shell 8 electrons, and in third shell 1 electron is present. Now observe here, there is a presence of only 1 electron at the outermost shell. So is it stable? No, because it contains only 1 electron. What are the conditions for an atom to be stable? First, it should contain 8 electrons in the outermost shell. That is one condition. Or the shell must be completely filled. So 8 electrons are not present, that is also wrong. And here it is not completely filled because the third shell, it consists of 18 electrons but it has only 1 electron. So it is incompletely filled. And the nearest noble gas configuration, that is also not possible because it is not a noble electronic configuration of any noble gas. Therefore this sodium atom is unstable. Now what it has to do in order to attain this stability? Either it should gain 7 electrons. Okay, when it gains 7 electrons, the number of electrons becomes 8 and hence it will attain the stability. Or either it will lose 1 electron. When it loses 1 electron, this outermost shell gets vanishes and only 2 shells will remain, and hence this will attain the stability. So you can observe, if I remove this outermost shell, then the only 2 shell will remains, and you can observe in the outermost shell 8 electrons are present. and hence the sodium will get stability. So before losing the electron, how many electrons are present in sodium? 11 electrons. And how many protons are present? 11 protons. Okay. So 11 negative charges are there and 11 positive charges are there. And when it loses one electron, then the number of electrons become 10. Okay. Therefore, 10 negative charges are there, 11 proton that is having positive charge. So 10 negative charges and 11 positive charges, and hence one positive charge is more in sodium atom, and hence it will become Na plus. We will write it as Na plus. Simply when there is a presence of 11 electrons and 11 protons, at that condition we will write Na plus, Na. When 10 electrons and 11 protons are present, since one positive charge is more, and hence we will write it as Na plus. Okay, Na plus. But another question is, when it loses electron, that electron should be gained by other element, otherwise it won't lose. Okay, and hence that electron which is lost by sodium will be accepted by one more other element. Let us consider the example of Cl. What is the atomic number of Cl? It is 17. And how we write the electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Okay. Now I will represent the structure. Consider this one as nucleus. Okay. The first shell, second shell, third shell. 3 shells are present in chlorine. And in first shell, 2 electrons will be present. Second shell, 8 electrons will be present. And in third shell, 7 electrons are present. Therefore, now if you observe this, here also you can see that it consists of 7 electrons. But how much it required to attain the stability? It still needs 1 electron to attain the stability. And hence it will gain the electron from this sodium, okay, which is lost by sodium, and that is gained by this chlorine atom. So initially, before gaining the electron, how many electrons are there? 17 electrons. And how many protons will be present? 17 protons. Because atomic number means the number of protons, and the number of protons is equal to number of electrons, and hence 17 electrons and 17 protons are present. Now if it gains 1 electron, this Cl, the number of electrons becomes 18, and what would be the number of protons? It will remain 17 only, because no proton has lost or gained. ಯಾವುದು ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ, and hence the negative charge, one negative charge is more in this Cl atom, and hence we will represent that Cl as Cl minus only when it accepts the electron. One electron is more, and hence we have written Cl minus. If it has gained 2 electrons, then we have to write Cl minus 2. But in this case, it requires only 1 electron, and hence it will accept only 1 electron, and hence we will write it as Cl minus. Now this Na is having positive charge and Cl is having negative charge. These two are attracted with each other by an electrostatic force. Electrostatic force means it is the force of attraction which is present between the charges. Now Na is having positive charge and Cl is having negative charge. So these are the charged particles, okay, or we can say charged species, and the such charged species or particles are said to be ions. Any charged particle is said to be ions. One is having positive charge or it must have negative charge. It is in general known as ions. And if it is having positive charge, okay, if it has positive charge, then they are said to be cations. And if the ion is having negative charge, then it is said to be anions. So any charged particle or charged species is said to be ion, and if that ion is positively charged, then it is said to be cation. If the ion is negatively charged, then it is said to be anion. Now these Na plus and Cl minus, these are charged species and gets attracted by electrostatic force, and due to that force of attraction, a linkage is formed between Na and Cl, or bond is formed between Na and Cl, and that bond which is formed by the transfer of electrons in the outermost shell is said to be ionic bond. When this bond is formed, when the electrons gets transferred from one outermost shell to another outermost shell, then such kind of bond is formed, and that bonds are said to be ionic bonds. So simply we can say ionic bond is the bond formed by the transfer of electrons from the outermost shell of one atom to the outermost shell of another atom. This is said to be ionic bond, and this is how the ionic bonds are formed, leading to the formation of ions. Those are charged species or charged particles. Let us consider another example of formation of ionic bond, that is Mg. So what is the atomic number of Mg? 12. We can write the electronic configuration as 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. Okay, and structurally we can represent it as, this is Mg, okay, nucleus. So 2, 8 and 2. This is how we can represent the structure of Mg. And now, is it stable? No, because again it does not obey the conditions for stability of an atom, and hence in order to attain stability, either it should gain 6 electrons or it should lose 2 electrons. Remember, it is very difficult to gain 6 electrons from the other atom. It requires large amount of energy, and other element will not give that much number of electrons, and hence instead of taking the electrons, it is quite easy to lose 2 electrons, and hence the elements will lose electrons when it is 1, 2 or 3, where it can lose 1 electron or 2 electron or 3 electron. If there is 4 electrons, then it will share the electrons and form the covalent bond in most of the cases. Okay, now it has only 2 electrons, so it will loses 2 electrons and gives to another element, and hence it becomes, how we can write after losing, initially we can write Mg as Mg because it consists of 12 electrons and 12 protons. Okay, that is negative charge and 12 positive charge. Now if it loses 2 electrons, the number of electrons becomes 10 and number of protons will remain 12 only, and hence 2 positive charges are more as compared to negative charges, and hence we will write it as plus 2. And it has lost 2 electrons, but it should be gained by some other element. Again consider the Cl only. Okay, so we will write the structure of Cl as 2, 8, 7. So is it stable? No, it should require 1 electron, and that 1 electron is obtained from Mg because it has lost 2 electron, and hence it will gain 1 electron. Okay, but it has lost 2 electrons, it has gained only 1 electron, and hence the another electron will be gained by another Cl atom. Okay, 2, 8, 7. So it will gains 1 electron, this Cl will gain another electron, and hence 2 electrons are donated by Mg, and 2 Cl ions will gain those electrons. Okay, and hence it becomes Cl minus, and it will also become Cl minus, and the attraction force is formed and forms the compound. Which compound it will form? Magnesium chloride. How you write the formula? Since while studying the formation of NaCl, 1 Na, 1 Cl is there, so you will write NaCl is formed. But in this case 1 Mg, 2 Cl are there. In such case, while writing the formula, you should see the valency of these ions or atoms. Then what does valency means? Valency means it is the combining capacity of an atom with other atom. So here Mg, it can combine with how many chlorine ions, chlorine atoms? 2, because it has ability to lose 2 electrons, and that number of electrons lost or gained is considered as valency. Okay, valency of an atom or combining capacity of an atom. Simply remember, if it loses 2 electrons, its valency is 2. If it gains 1 electron, its valency is 1. How much electrons are lost or gained by that particular element is considered as its valency. And now, while writing the formula of the compound, we should write the first elements Mg and Cl. Below them we have to write their valency. So valency of Mg is 2 because it has lost 2 electrons. And what is the valency of Cl? 1 Cl gains only 1 electron, and hence its valency is 1. So now cross multiply this. What you will get? Mg into 1 Mg, Cl into 2 Cl2. So the formula of the compound is MgCl2. In the similar manner, if you write the aluminum chloride AlCl, what is the valency of Al? If you observe the structure of aluminium, it consists of 3 electrons in the outermost shell because atomic number is 13. So it will loses 3 electrons, and hence it becomes plus 3. So the electronic valency of aluminium is 3 and valency of chlorine is 1 only. So what is the formula of the compound? Cross multiply this. Al into 1 Al, Cl into 3 Cl3. Aluminum chloride, magnesium chloride, sodium chloride. So this is how we can able to write the formula of the compound by using their valency. So remember, valency is one of the important term that is most oftenly used in chemistry, and this is all about the formation of ionic bond. how the ionic bond is formed and what are ions and what is valency and how to write the formula of the compound.